What's up, y'all? What's up, Hang Gang?
Hang Gang.
Welcome back. We are here for the Hang, episode 2.
Episode 2, baby.
No, sorry.
Episode 1.
Season 2 is what I meant. Okay, let's start again.
Alex, cut that out.
Yo, okay, maybe don't though. Because we just want you to know this is season 2 of Here for the Hang, y'all. And we are starting Agnew with our new host, Bryan Agnew.
Hey.
Welcome.
Thank you. Happy to be aboard.
Welcome to Here for the Hang.
Thank you so much.
Glad
to be a part of it.
We did a little bit of a respite, if you will, between season 1 and season 2. And I decided to bring back one of my dear friends.
Yes. And I mean, 9 years now.
Yeah.
Which is crazy.
Yes.
Crazy.
We go back a long, long way. And if y'all are like, who is this new person? He's actually one of my oldest friends in LA. And I don't mean oldest age-wise. I mean like...
No, I'm youthful.
You're very youthful. Your spirit is youthful. Yeah. Your face is youthful. And what I mean by oldest is he has lasted the test. He has not moved away. Because, a lot of people don't last in this city, y'all.
No.
They just don't.
There's a high level of turnover in Los Angeles.
Yes.
At jobs you work, the city itself.
Yeah.
Transplant city.
Yeah. And you're... I think it's safe to say that you're going to pass a test.
I feel like a hair transplant. You get in Turkey.
Yeah.
That feels more accurate for me. My LA experience. I'll be here.
You're a good Turkey hair transplant.
Might do that too eventually. Who knows?
Really?
No.
Do you think about you don't need it.
I use Hims.
Okay.
So
shout out.
Shout out to Hims. You guys want to
sponsor the pod? We're looking. But yeah, you don't need it. You have a good head of hair, which that is also
Thank you.
A test. Usually if I would have known somebody in a 9-year span, that would have dwindled. And I got to say, that's still locked and loaded.
I appreciate you keeping it real with me.
It's a fresh bed of ginger right there, sir.
It's turned into cayenne pepper. And a little salt and a little pepper in there, which I like. I'm here for it. But no, I mean, if it does start to happen, tell me.
Yeah.
That's the only thing I'll request of you.
No, your hair is here for the hang as well.
Nice.
Just
okay.
Get the pod name in there one more time. Please like and subscribe.
Hang Gang.
Because we have such a long history. We want to tell you about it. You mentioned multiple jobs, which is just, that's a part of living in Los Angeles. You just go through so many. And that's another thing about our friendship too. Usually work friends, they don't stand the test of time because you just go on to the next bar or restaurant and then you got a whole new crop.
That's a fact. I left a job recently. Few months ago, and we're all drinking, celebrating. It's like a little to go, going away thing.
Yeah.
It was cool. It was fun. But then there are people there, and they're like, yeah, we'll stay in touch. And they're younger, Gen Z, and they say, oh yeah, we'll stay in touch. And it's in front of everybody. And
I'll never see you again.
I wanted so bad to be like, no, we will not stay in touch. I'll see you on LinkedIn only.
Yes. If there. I mean, I don't keep up with my LinkedIn. God knows.
Loved you while we were hanging, but we're not anymore.
Yeah. I've had too many careers to be on LinkedIn. I don't even know what, it would just be too much of a hybrid situation. And I get the requests all the time and I'm just like, nah, I'm good.
See, I've been fully in the LinkedIn game and it's tough out there.
It is.
It's tough out there.
You don't need it for the restaurant jobs though, which is primarily what I've done for work. And
that's how we met.
That's where we met, actually, was at a restaurant, which we can give it a free pub right now.
Oh, yeah.
But it's not open anymore, so it won't do them any
fully.
Good.
They failed.
I think we drank them into bankruptcy.
We might have.
Little tequila mezcal bar in the valley.
Cocina Condesa.
Yep.
Some interesting characters that owned Cocina Condesa.
Yep.
I don't know how much you want to get into that, but I'm sure they're still around. I'm grateful to one of them.
Yeah. I'm grateful to them that we met.
Me too.
And for all of those free margaritas. I was actually trying to go back in my phone and see how far back, like, you can go on your phone and you can search and see when is the first picture. What is the first time you had a picture of somebody?
Yeah, which is
So
wild.
I
Yeah.
searched your face. I searched your ginger face. And
it's advanced technology.
It is. Anybody's iPhone can do it. If you ever want to see the mark of your friendship, you can go back. But this is the first photo that I have of Bryan in my phone. And I just want to show y'all. If you can see, we kept in the date. It's Studio City, September 23rd,
wow,
2015. And you know what I love about this? It was at 11:11.
Make a wish.
Which 11:11, make a wish. That's what Paris always says, y'all. Because 11:11 are angel numbers. And
that's right.
And Bryan Agnew is my angel.
Oh, stop it.
But this is this thing that you used to do, and a lot of people do this too, where like you go, hey, take a picture of us, and then they like grab a quick selfie first.
Yeah, it's my favorite thing.
Yeah, which you can see the bar behind him because he is actively bartending at this time. And
serving drinks as a young man.
We don't have the group picture that he was taking a picture of because those friends didn't make it.
They didn't last.
But our friendship is, stood the test of time. And then this was a running bit that Bryan did. So let's see the next one. We'll go ahead and slide over.
Okay.
To your other.
Oh,
yeah. See,
wow.
He did it all the time.
There it is again.
There's another.
Significantly drunker in this one, probably.
I was going to say, you look a little drunker in this one.
I'm in front of the bar at this point, getting served rather than serving.
Yeah, so that's the difference.
Right after a shift. Could have been, months later after I didn't work there.
One of our managers is serving as like a little goiter on your neck there.
Oh, yeah. Giving a real evil look.
Don't remember his name.
He was a weird guy.
Shout out if you're watching now. We don't remember a lot about you other than the fact you were weird. Why was he weird? He
did the like fire twirling, fire breathing.
Yes.
Like he probably went to Burning Man this year and did that. You know what I mean?
Y'all, have you ever seen these bartenders that do like, they call it flair bartending?
Flair bartending, yeah.
Where, they have the tricks. Because we served a lot of mezcal at this bar, and mezcal
and tequila.
Yeah, highly flammable.
Turns out alcohol is flammable.
Yes.
I didn't realize.
And there was this trick that this guy would do where you could like, put it in your mouth and then shoot the fire out. Yeah. I don't really know.
Yeah, it was cool.
Bryan, you never learned that trick though.
I can't say I was a great bartender.
You can't put flair bartending on your LinkedIn, unfortunately.
Flair bartending, I wasn't, there was no flair bartending. I would make jokes. I'd make facial expressions. I'd take selfies when I was going to do that. People would enjoy my charisma.
Yeah.
Or as the kids call it, riz.
I think so. You had a lot of riz.
Fucking
little redheaded riz over here.
Redhead riz.
But this bar. Okay, so we drink a lot at this bar because they made the mistake of giving you a shift drink after your shift,
right?
Which a lot of places used to do this. I don't think places in LA are doing this anymore for liability reasons. But
makes sense.
At this time, back in 2015.
Wow.
That was part of it. And can I just say the one shift drink, it was never one. Let's get real.
It was at least two.
Especially whenever Agnew was bartending. He'd slide you in a couple extras.
Yeah, they encouraged it.
Yeah.
Even the owners were drinking.
They did. That's the beauty of this place.
It was nice. It was like the wild, wild west of bartending and working in a restaurant there.
Yeah.
It was crazy.
It truly was.
It was crazy.
And I remember the day that I don't know if you remember, like, the way that we knew that the place was closing down. Nobody told us except for one day they just came and they started loading up the tequila and the mezcal. And we were like, uh-oh, that's not good.
That's not promising.
I don't think we're getting paid next week. I think this one's going to be the last one.
At will employment.
Yes.
God.
So, yeah.
Well, this was fun times.
It was fun. There's other pictures that I found in my phone that I do want to show because we look a little better. We a little less classy-eyed.
This is nice.
This is a great photo. It's amazing how I have not changed one bit from 9 years ago.
You look exactly the same.
I remember this specifically. This was my first comedy show that I ever put on. / birthday party.
Yeah, that was really fun.
And I had a young
Solid
Bryan
turnout.
Agnew. Oh, solid turnout.
Shaky Town.
Yes, Shaky Town, which was the old Haha Cafe, also in the Valley. And I threw a birthday party, and I think this is before I blacked out. So your girl is just rocking some nice eyelashes there.
It might have been right when you blacked out.
This might have been, moments before.
No, you look very posh in this photo.
Yeah.
And, like you look collected.
I'm holding it together. I held it together for the stage.
Held it together.
This was one of your first comedy shows, right, Bryan?
Yeah. My first comedy show.
Yeah.
Actually. Like dipping my toe in 9 years ago.
Yeah.
And I only really stayed consistent for the first year and a half into it. Started getting distracted. But yeah, no, this was my first one. I remember
you worked the door.
Working the
also,
door there.
He was a dual employment that night.
Then lots of laughs I could hear coming, and then ended up going in on last, which was awesome.
And I don't know if you remember this, but I did call it the girly birthday extravaganza.
And then I was the guy.
And you were like the one guy comic.
Cool.
Just one of the girls.
I remember wanting to do roast jokes a little bit.
Yeah.
But I didn't.
But you were like, I shouldn't talk shit about Carlisle. She's right there.
No,
She's
it wasn't
5
even
feet
you.
From me.
It was one of those things where there was some friend lady comics who had gotten up.
Oh, yeah.
And we were all kind of new.
Oh, yes. Everybody was very new.
And I wanted to roast what she did for her set.
Right.
And then I was like, I don't think that's appropriate.
You thought better of it.
I didn't think I could do that.
Yeah.
I don't know how we feel about that in comedy in general, but
who
knows?
I used to host the open mic. Sometimes you got to do it.
Sometimes you got to do it. It would be
you
fucking
gotta
hilarious.
Reset the room and be like, well, thank God that's over.
No one was getting on after me.
Yeah, you were the closer.
Yeah.
You were the big closer. We have one more photo from that time, and then we won't walk down memory lane anymore. But look at this.
Wow.
This is
handsome Ransom.
Distinguished young Bryan here. And this is Aaron Ransom. Shout out.
His wedding's next week.
Oh, is it really?
Yeah.
Good for him.
Great guy.
Glad he found someone. And then this one, we've lost touch with him. But if you're watching this on YouTube, you're part of the pod. So
he was Ruben.
What's his name?
David Ruben.
David Ruben. Yes.
Great guy. And you know what? Solid head of hair and a nice beard. I think. He's a little older than me, head bartender.
This was at his house. I remember this night.
Big house.
Because look, this is an action shot. If you look in the back, somebody's playing pool.
I know who that is playing pool.
Who is playing pool?
That is Jet Lucas.
Okay.
Remember hanging out with Jet?
Okay, and this is a good Hollywood tie-in because Lucas, as in
George Lucas.
George Lucas's son.
Pretty wild.
That's why the house is so big and nice.
Don't know if you've heard of George Lucas.
Yeah.
It was apparently Anakin Skywalker's house.
Yes.
And they were like renovating it and letting them hang and crash there. There's 3 roommates. The place was huge.
Yeah.
I don't know, maybe 3,000 square feet or something.
And we would go hang out there after work. It was like right in Laurel Canyon.
Yeah.
And just shoot pool and...
Hayden Christensen, don't be mad. They were paying rent, I think. No, but it was really fun. I think we actually went to the Improv after this. And I don't know if you performed or...
No,
I know David had some comic friends.
Yes, I remember that's whenever they had that late show that started at midnight.
Yeah, it started at midnight. Yeah, exactly.
Which is now the exact kind of comedy show I don't want to get booked on.
And then we went to Cantor's after this.
Oh my God, you really do remember all that.
I have a really odd, I have a very good memory. Oddly good.
That's going to be good for the podcast because
it'll be good.
Yeah,
we'll recall things.
This is yet another reason why I picked him as my co-host, y'all.
I'm so happy to be here. So cool. We've been meaning to do this for a while.
We have. We
really have. Is there another?
Okay, no. So that's going to be our next topic.
Oh God.
So no, we're good.
Let's just roll into it.
Let's roll into it. So guys,
we're still working out kinks.
All in real time, y'all. This is just not 2 weekends ago, Emmy night. Your girl was working the hottest Emmy party in the city. Hey, I was there.
Grinding.
I was there grinding. Y'all, this video was coincidentally taken by our very first guest that we're going to have on here for the hang.
I'm gonna want to tune in for that.
Should I just tease it with that and leave it there? We'll tease it. We'll just tease it. We'll leave it there.
Stay tuned. Maybe we'll have more breadcrumbs throughout the episode.
Maybe so. But
keep watching.
That is me working at the Emmy party. And
like very positively. I mean, very optimistic. I'm sure you're saying something very clever here.
You know what I'm saying?
What are you
Chicken meatball? Chicken meatball? Chicken meatball?
Can we see if we can at least like
that's what
lip
I
sync
said.
it? Like,
that's
can we
what
read your lips real quick? To
and
see?
Then I run into my friends who are one of them was nominated for an Emmy.
Oh, that's cool.
Yes.
Look at you. You still hit the camera.
I go into Paris mode. Y'all have a chicken meatball. Would you like one? Chicken meatball.
That was a great night to work though. Loves it.
Oh, everybody was there. Like,
yeah, I'm sure.
I wanted to work the party. Most coworkers asked for it off and didn't want, like, I thought they were crazy. I'm like, how else am I getting into this party? But okay, so the dichotomy of it is that you actually went to the Creative Emmys.
Yeah, the Creative Arts Emmys. My wife was nominated and actually ended up winning.
Shout out Britt Cherry.
Hey, babe.
Little hot producing ass.
Little babe, as I call her.
She is a little babe.
She is a little babe.
Everybody go to Bryan Agnew's Instagram and look at how hot his wife is.
I mean, I brought some stuff too.
Did you bring photos of Britt?
I did.
Okay, we got to see this.
But also, let's talk about how, before we do that, like, you were still stunting on people.
Okay. All right. So this is a running bit that I have, y'all, because I work at a place where a lot of people get paparazzi'd leaving it, okay? And they get paparazzi'd by this gossip site called Des Moines. And so I have a running bit. If anybody follows me on Instagram, it's Carlisle Forrester on Instagram, follow it, where I'm always pretending like Des Moines is catching me leaving said place. I can't say where I work because I think I signed a binder of NDAs when I started. But basically, a lot of celebs leave this place after a wild night, and I'll do a Des Moines post of me just like leaving a shift or like stepping out for my break. And it's a running joke. If you follow me, I've been doing it for a while. But finally, y'all, I did not tag them. This is obviously fake, where I put the Des Moines thing on the top. Somebody tagged them in the comments, and Des Moines did actually repost your girl. So
amazing.
This is them posting me on Instagram, because I said they always like speak in a certain way where they're like Des Moines exclusive. It's like, John Mayer leaves with blah blah blah. Like they talk about like who's leaving
like
together.
And like
it's totally
hot goss.
Yeah, it's like the Daily Mail, but like for LA.
Okay.
Or I think maybe they do New York too. But anyway. So I was joking, clearly. Des Moines exclusive, Carlisle Forrester spotted at LA's hottest Emmy party, passing a tray of chicken meatballs.
Hell yeah.
And they did pick it up and run it, which I love them for that. Thank you to Des Moines.
Des Moines is a publication for the people.
It is. It is. And now we just need them to shout out this podcast. Feel free.
Des Moines.
No, so this is like the dichotomy of the night that you had.
Yes. Yes. And again, this is my wife's success, not mine.
Okay.
I was a trophy husband.
We love a trophy husband.
But you know what? Sometimes you got to be the trophy husband.
Let's see.
So this was our evening. This was at the Emmy party afterward.
Literally a trophy husband.
Yeah. I mean, she wouldn't let me hold the trophy, but like, yes.
I heard they're heavy.
They're heavy. And it's odd. Like everyone's carrying it around. No one's setting it down. Because where the hell are you going to put it?
I noticed that at the party.
Right?
Even though they, like at the club where I work, they had a table where they could have put it. No one did.
That's what I'm saying.
It's like a thing. Everybody wants to carry it around all night.
Kind of hilarious.
Yeah.
And it's heavy.
Yeah.
And I actually did hold it once while she went to the bathroom. And...
Not to brag.
I don't want to brag, but
I love this picture of y'all.
And it's a great photo, but it was really funny because I was, waiting for her to come out of the restroom, and it happens to be right next to like where all the servers are coming out with trays.
Yes,
and they're all just like giving me a nod, like smiling, and then there's this one guy who comes out and he's a cool dude. He's like, "Hey, congratulations, man!" And I'm like. I don't want to say anything because I don't want to yell that it's not mine, but I also don't want to like be like, thank you. So I literally just am like,
yep.
Cool.
Thanks.
And then that was it. And
I'm
then
going to be banging the girl that won this later.
Yeah, it might be going down. That's my wife. But then, there was another person who did it. He was waiting for his wife outside the bathroom. And I was like, oh, no. This is my wife's. Like, just real quick. But there were some guys who were there. You know, she had a big producing team, and they had, you know, some of the ladies had boyfriends or husbands.
Yeah.
And some people feel it's a certain type of way about holding their wife's purse. Because, you know,
guys
you literally have to hold your wife's purse. It's like Jason Segel and Forgetting Sarah Marshall.
Yeah.
That is your role, and you got to accept it.
That was your moment. Wait, so tell everybody what she produced.
So she produced here's another one.
Oh my gosh, I love that one too.
It was very cool. She produced the Dick Van Dyke special that was like pre-taped for CBS.
Yeah.
And it was a really cool tribute. Dick Van Dyke was there. It was the last award of the night.
Yeah.
We actually had just flown in.
Probably his last Emmys.
Maybe. You never know. That guy's taking some serum or something.
He's
Lion's mane.
90 something?
He's turning 99.
99?
99. This was, I think, I don't know what it's called. It's like the trifecta. You win an Oscar, you win a Grammy, you win an Emmy. Whatever that's called. And maybe a Tony. Yeah.
EGOT. Emmy, Grammy, Oscar, Tony.
Yes.
Everybody always says they want EGOT.
And I think that he was an Emmy short of that. So I think it was like a very cool thing.
So it was political. I'm just kidding.
It's kind of...
No, it was all due to your wife's amazing producing.
I was just saying it was like cool and like a cool thing, Carlisle. Not that it's political.
I'm just kidding.
When has Hollywood ever been political?
When has any award show
ever been like that?
Yeah.
But it was amazing.
Speak to that.
Yeah, I have no idea. I don't know that. No, but it was an amazing win for her. She was so excited. We just got back from our honeymoon the night before, and we're super jet lagged. And we're like, yo, like during the whole thing, we're just dragging ass. And then she won, and we were stoked. We closed it down. Like this is a party toward the end of the night. You can see no one's there.
This is amazing, though.
Yeah. It was incredible. And I was so happy. She had a bunch of people coming up and congratulating her, you know, because she was a key part of it. She was a key part of it. And also she had known some people from, you know, her previous work who had worked with her since she was a kid. She's been doing it for a long time.
What was her previous job? Tell everybody the
she was a ballroom dancer on Dancing with the Stars.
That's amazing.
Yes. So she was initially on the show when she was 13, because I think they were looking for people who had been ballroom dancing in this community that she grew up in. Had a lot of them who are now pros on the show. But she got, you know, kind of her start when she was 13, went and did the show, and then at 18 moved to Los Angeles and ended up getting on Dancing with the Stars for a while, doing troupe, doing the tour, the whole thing for
that is amazing.
Quite a while. And then she pivoted to the producing side.
You know, I have
right when we started dating.
I have a connection to Dancing with the Stars myself.
Oh yeah.
I was on the inside as well.
Okay.
Because one of my dear friends, Nikki Glazer.
Oh yes, of course.
Hi, Nikki. She was on Dancing with the Stars, and she got first, voted off. And
I was like, she won?
I was there. I was there for all of that. And y'all, it is such a rigorous, like crazy rehearsal. Yeah. Like the show days are crazy. The whole like stress of just being there and not knowing if you're going to stay or go.
Yep.
And I mean, your girl was like there for all of that, training these people and being in this fishbowl, because it is like a fishbowl. Like the rehearsal time is so long and arduous.
From morning to night.
It's just,
and they're
full throttle.
Yeah. And it's, you know, my own ignorance, I never really, like, I know dance is athletic, but then you take it to that level and it's like, these are athletes. These are professional athletes.
Yeah.
And it's a different level of cardio, different level of mobility. Like,
the thing
very,
is
very cool.
Whenever you look at dancing, they make it look so easy. And I'm sure you feel this about your wife too.
Yeah.
Like, it just looks so easy that you don't think of it as being this like athletic feat that it is,
because they're so good at it.
And it wasn't until I saw Nikki and like she sustained a pretty substantial injury.
Oh, did she really?
Yes.
Oh, damn.
That
I
was
didn't know that.
That was the only reason why she went so early. I mean, she couldn't.
It's easy to do.
She couldn't put a bra on. Like, I was like dressing her.
It was like her shoulder.
Yeah, because it was a lift, and like a bunch of guys went to go lift her, and something pulled there. And so she knew something was up whenever she like woke up one day and literally couldn't put a shirt on, and I had to put the bra, a sports bra, shirt, everything. Like I was living and working with her at that time. And it was such a fun experience. And I always have a soft spot in my heart for anything Dancing with the Stars since that time, because I got like that insider look.
Yeah. There are really cool people a part of that show.
They're like the hardest working people. Yeah. It's such a long running show.
Yeah, that's a fact. And anyway, it was really cool to see those people in her life come up and say how proud they were of her, because they noticed that she was a little girl.
And they were they nominated for something too? Or is that why
they were there nominated for, I think, Dancing with the Stars, and then some other things that they were on as well.
Everybody's off choreographing other stuff now.
Well, there were people, choreographing. They were there for Dancing with the Stars or for whatever other project they happened to be across. And then the people who were like, camera operators and other producers that were behind the camera are working on different projects too. And so everyone, was kind of there, and it's that community, and it was dope. It was really cool to see.
Love it.
Yeah. I did think that there was really one cool thing we should gather into. I've been seeing this on social media.
What's that?
And it's just like, it's our first episode. And it's, what was your login to your AOL account? All right. Because this is
I love that you're asking me this.
I am glad that this is going viral. I don't know. I just saw this. I'm not a huge social media guy, but like this to me has always been hilarious. Like you can learn a lot about a person. I remember how important screen names were in junior high. Like you had to have a fucking fire screen name.
I'm so glad that you asked me this.
So I don't know. I mean, you go first, or I can to break the ice, but
it will date me. But at this point, I don't give a shit.
Why? It's all good.
Okay.
There's a range of dates that you could have an AOL.
Well, because I wasn't in junior hhie. Let's just say that. I remember the first one that I got.
Me either. I was in elementary school.
I remember my AOL name, my AIM. That's what AIM is, right? Yeah. AIM. AIM.
Yeah, AIM.
Wow. It was Screen Vixen 2001.
Whoa.
Which sounds like
Vixen.
It sounds like a porn star.
That is a porn star. That sounds very much like
I'm in it as like an actress. See, before comedy, I was very just, I moved out here to be a serious actress.
Yeah.
I wanted to be a screen vixen, like a Vivian Lee.
That was the goal.
Gone with the Wind.
I didn't know that.
Yes, that was the goal. And I used to get so mad whenever people would be like, "You're really funny. You should do comedy." And I'd be like, oh my God, I would never do, like, I couldn't even think about doing stand-up for the whole first 10 years I lived out here. I never tried it because I was like, I'm a serious actress. And I would get mad at people for saying I was funny. And now I wish that I would have just, I know, but I would have just gone, I wish I would have gone to the Comedy Store and like tried it. But
things happen how they happen.
It all happens as it should. But yeah, Screen Vixen, because I really thought.
Wait, were there any numbers? Screen Vixen?
Yeah, Screen Vixen 2001.
2001?
Yes. That's when I came out here.
Okay. All right. 2001.
So that's the connection. That's why I said I'm going to date myself.
I mean,
I moved out here before September 11th, y'all.
You moved out here before September 11th?
Yes. When September 11th happened, like that was my family. Sorry, I hit the mic. That was my family's way to be like, okay, it's time to wrap this up now. Like we're at war. Come on home. And I was like, no.
Really?
I'm staying.
Oh, wow. Okay. That's interesting. They're like, time to come home.
I will. Okay, wait. I have a whole story with that, but we got to get your.
All right, yeah.
We got to get your name.
So.
Because now I've said too much.
So this was a big deal. I had a screen name, and there was this girl in 7th grade that I was very into. She was like giving out screen names to people. She was like creating them, and it was like a cool thing because everyone was like, "Oh wow." Veronica, her name was Veronica.
Okay.
Shout out, Veronica.
Shout out.
I don't know if we know each other at all, or I can't, whatever. I hope you're well. She, whatever. I was like, hey, can you create one for me? All nervous. She's like, okay. And then she's like, I gotta like, what do you like? And I was like, I don't know. Like, I like making people laugh. And she was like, okay. And then she went away and it was like lunch. And I'm like waiting, eating my pizza because they had the lunch cafeteria pizza, which was bomb.
Yeah, always. Pizza day. You're so excited.
Slapped,
Wednesdays, baby.
Yeah, I think it was
Still
Wednesdays
remember.
for us too.
It was definitely Wednesdays for us.
But she came back and she wrote it down. She didn't even say it. Joker Playa 08.
Joker Player 08.
JokerPlaya.
Okay.
Not player, playa.
Playa.
08.
Play on playa.
And 8 because I loved the number 8.
Okay, not because it was 08.
No.
All right.
Yeah. So that's what I was working with for all of AIM's existence.
And you still are a Joker player.
I feel like I've lived up to that name.
I think so.
I'm not much of a playa anymore, you know?
Yeah. You already locked it. You're locked down.
Yeah.
You're locked down by an Emmy winner. It's a wrap for you.
Yeah. I used to be part of the International Players Club.
Is that a thing?
No, it was an Outkast song, but
okay.
I think
there were other people that were also in that are now incarcerated.
Diddy.
Wait, but before we move on, do you want to hear my September 11th story?
Please.
Because I know that's always a really uplifting story to add to a podcast.
Let's talk more about that.
I'm sure everybody remembers, never forget. But I did not know, because I had just moved out here and I didn't realize the significance of what was going down. Okay. And I had just met some new friends at a restaurant job, as you do in LA.
As one does.
And on that day, on September 11th, we had plans to go to Six Flags.
Oh, shit.
And it was going to be my first Six Flags experience. And now at this time, the only place I could afford to live was I was renting a room from a lady in Van Nuys, which for people that are not from here, it's not a place you want to live.
It's gotten nicer.
Wait, is that where you live?
No, the Valley. I like the Valley.
Okay.
I don't live in Van Nuys. I have lived in Encino.
Yeah.
But it was like, closer to
Encino I'm fine with. Van Nuys, I draw the line. The line is right
that's
there.
Fair.
Just because I had this experience. I lived with this lady.
Yeah, go ahead.
Her name was Helen. And
shout out Helen.
She, like you, Agnew, she was also a redhead. She was a friend of my grandmother's.
Okay.
And I used to rent a room from her for $400. Okay.
Such nice rent.
This was 2001.
Was it expensive back then?
2001. No, I mean, that was like part of the course. No. Whenever you have to like share a house with like an elder that she had like a decrepit chihuahua that would come and like rub itself against my bed and like itch its back and make like sexual noises. It was a horrible situation. Okay. I used to call my friends back home in Mississippi and it would be like loud because they were like, I'm so sorry. It's loud in the dorms. And I would be like, well, it's loud over here because there's a chihuahua making love to my bedpost. But that's neither here nor there. So September 11th, I was up early.
Okay.
Because of the Six Flags adventure.
Right.
And I like walk out into the den and Helen's just staring at the TV and she's like, we're at war.
Oh, shit.
And I was like, this bitch is crazy. Like, I was like, who do I live with? And I looked on the TV and I saw the towers, but like, I'm sorry, I don't mean to sound insensitive. I just didn't know. I didn't know what they were. I'd never been to New York City.
Right.
I didn't understand the significance. And I thought, a pilot had lost its way. Like, I didn't think it was a huge situation that it was.
I think a lot of people thought that.
Yes.
I remember thinking that.
Yes.
It was confused. It was before we had, as a nation, any like collective conscience of what that even meant.
Yeah, we didn't know.
Like our bubble was burst immediately. Like, oh, other stuff outside the world, something isn't digging the USA very much.
And so I had this friend that I had just met through the restaurant job. His name was Trevor. And he called my little Nokia cell phone that I had back then. And he was like, did you see the news? And I was like, yeah, I saw it. Like, Helen's got the TV on in there. And he was like, Six Flags is closed. And my next words were, do you think the LA County Fair is still going? And he said, he was like, Carlisle, I had a friend that worked in the towers. And I was like, oh
my God.
Like, I'm so sorry. And so that's whenever I kind of started to grasp it. But I literally just thought Helen was crazy. And I still had a day of amusement ahead of me. Like, I really did not understand. And that Nokia cell phone rang off the hook all day long. Every member of my family called me trying to get me to come home. And I still remember the ringtone. Talking about
the
nostalgia.
You could set ringtones.
You could set them, but
there were like 12.
They were just
different
like
options.
Yeah, there weren't many at all.
No.
I went with the entertainer.
Okay.
Which is hilarious because self-fulfilling prophecy. That's what I am now.
Nailed it.
So all day my phone was just like all day, just over and over. Like the entertainer will always remind me of September 11th. And it was everybody in my family telling me to get on a train because they didn't want me to fly. They wanted me to get on a train and come back to Mississippi. And I was like, hell no.
You stayed.
I just got out here. And I
so
still got
too.
Six Flags on the books next week, probably.
We shifted it.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's no real. Yeah, that's crazy. That's crazy.
And I had an uncle. I had a crazy uncle, Silky, who, if you're ever in Memphis, Tennessee, his bar that's his namesake is still there on Bill Street. It's called Silky O'Sullivan's.
Cool.
Shout out.
Great name.
And Uncle Silky, he has passed, R.I.P. But Silky was this character, and he was an ambassador to Amtrak. So they were trying to entice me with a pretty nice, I mean, if I was going to be riding the Amtrak, it was going to be in style. All right. Yeah. And they were like, listen, Uncle Silky's got it on lock. You can get on a train right now. You're going to have a sky seat or whatever. You know,
first
they have
class
like
accommodations.
Exactly.
You'll have Wi-Fi.
And they were like, and we'll see you in 4 days.
You'll have free access to AIM.
Yeah. Just screen vixen it on up the whole way.
Screen vixen all the way.
But
there.
I would not do it. I stayed.
I mean, good on you for staying. That's a scary time. A lot of people wanted to be around, you know, familiarity, community.
Yeah.
But the whole country felt that. You know what I mean? Like everyone felt more united. Yeah. Like we were all there for each other as just Americans.
Yeah. And I was like, guys, I got this Nokia. Call me anytime. I'm right here.
Hit me up. But I'm playing Snake on it if I'm not talking to you on the phone.
Snake
Great
was the
game.
best.
Oh, that was fun. That was so fun.
And I remember working. I had like 3 jobs at that time, all hostess jobs, because I wasn't old enough to sell alcohol.
Okay.
And I used to work in the Valley at all these different places. And, you know, to make the 400, you had to have a couple of those.
Had to.
So that's fast friends right there. But I don't remember getting any work off because of September 11th. Like the restaurant industry, we were still chugging along, dude.
I can't remember if we had school off or not.
I was like, I would get on a train, but I got a shift on Monday at 7.
I feel like we did get school off. I feel like schools closed.
I think schools were.
I remember actually we went home early.
That day, yeah.
Yeah, because it was like on during class.
Yeah.
And, you know, similar to you, I woke up and my mom was watching TV and she was like, you know, terrorists hit the World Trade Center. I had no idea what that meant. I was like, terrorists like in McHale's Navy? Like that guy? You know, the guy with the speedboat?
Yeah.
That's all my young brain could comprehend.
That's right.
What I had associated, you know? Anyway, what a depressing subject. Rest in peace to everybody a part of that. I don't know how we got here, but
AIM,
so sorry.
Because that's what AIM Instant Messenger reminds me of. And I'm sorry we took it there, but it does.
It did happen, and it's something that we experienced.
We experienced it. That's it.
It was our experience.
We lived to tell the tale.
We lived to tell the tale.
There would be no here for the hang if I would have gotten on that Amtrak. I'll tell you that right now.
That's a fact.
I would have been enrolled at Ole Miss.
What made you want to move to California?
I mean, I've wanted to live in California my whole entire life. This is the thing. Is like, I didn't understand why if everything on TV is in California or New York, like, why are we not there?
Right.
You know? And I remember Beverly Hills 90210, Saved by the Bell.
Yeah.
Like, everybody was there. But it's so funny because...
God, I loved Saved by the Bell.
It's so good.
Every morning before school, I'd watch that.
Yeah.
True shit.
And now I get to have conversations with Jessie Spano a couple times a week because of my
That's cool.
bougie job. Yeah, she's a member.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm sure you have regulars that come in all the time.
I love Elizabeth Berkley. She's such a sweetheart.
I don't think you're supposed to be talking about any of this. Don't you have an NDA? Oh,
it's fine.
Whoops.
It's fine. I know
arbitration.
Miss Berkley would not mind.
No, it's all good.
She's a sweetheart.
Shout out.
She's a friend.
Cool.
Maybe we could get her for the pod. So I just remember like wanting to be where everything was, you know, and I remember a very exciting time, which I was thinking about the other day how full circle this is because, you know, I got a new car.
Yes. Yeah, okay. I heard. Congratulations.
Thank you. I was carless for many, many years. And
not easy.
I have a white Bronco now.
Cool.
And yeah, so love a Ford. But what do you think I named my white Bronco?
White Bronco is a choice. I'm going to go with...
it was a deliberate choice.
OJ?
Oh, yeah. My white Bronco is called OJ because that was the first time, y'all. What else are you going to name a white Bronco?
I don't know. Clarence?
That
or
was
Casper? Or
no.
Blanco?
That was the first time I saw LA from a live standpoint.
No way.
Do you remember where you were when the OJ chase happened?
In my mother's womb. No. Do you remember what year was that?
You just get younger and younger. The more references I try to bring up, the more stories I try to tell. I just age myself more and more.
God. You're like, do you remember January 6th? And I'm like, I was 12.
I remember just like sitting there like this, watching it at my grandmother's house. And the chase was happening. And I was like laying on the floor watching the TV like, whoa. Look at all those freeways. I was like, why are there so many freeways like interchanging? And like, I'd never seen stuff like that. Because in Mississippi, you go with the 2-lane highway situation, right? We don't have interlacing roads.
I mean, the engineering feat of the freeways in Los Angeles is just tops.
Yeah.
But a weird thing to draw you into wanting to live in California.
I just thought it was crazy, like just to watch how they were just speeding through and it was just like endless, like on and on and on.
It's
and
like
now,
the Hot Wheels racetrack.
Yes.
You were like, oh my God, that's real?
And they had like, I remember seeing the thing where they were like on the bridges with the signs for him and stuff.
He was just going slow the whole time, cruising through.
Yeah.
On the freeway.
And I asked why, if he didn't do it, then why is he running? Like, even as a child, I put that together. I was like, well, this guy's clearly guilty. He's trying to flee the sitch.
If the glove doesn't fit, you must have quit.
But now, cut to, I'm in LA. And
hey.
I was on the freeway the other day, which I rarely am, because you do not cruise like they were in the chase.
You maybe get a sunburn on your left arm.
Yeah, exactly. Most of the time you're just sitting still.
Yeah.
And I was like, what a full circle moment. Now I'm in a white Bronco on the 405.
That's pretty cool. That is cool. Like little things are cool in that way. You know what I mean?
Yeah, why not?
I'm trying to think of one for myself.
Yeah, what was the first time that you were like aware of Los Angeles?
Well, my great grandmother lived down here. She lived in San Bernardino, so we'd come visit her and go check out Disneyland.
Oh.
And so I was like super into what that was as a kid. It's like just so like mythical and awesome as a kid. You were like,
one day I want to live where Mickey Mouse lives.
There was that, but then it was also like my great grandma was awesome. You know? And it was like, oh, it's so cool to go down there. It's always warm. Like, you know, there's always something about it. And I had always had intention of, I think what really seduced me was watching Entourage in high school.
There
if I had to be honest, if I'm really thinking about it, like that was real. Because one of my best friends is a singer, and you know there was always this dream of like manager singer. Never played out like that.
Yeah,
which is good.
Oh yeah,
it's for the best.
And you know you do look a little bit like E.
Right. So I was like projecting all my future shit onto this. I'm like, oh man, I could be E. Like, oh dude. Didn't work out that way, but still made it to LA, you know?
That's right.
Actually saw those guys with my best friend. Shout out Stefano Langoni, still singing and doing his thing down here. And he had a show. Well, he performed at the Santa Anita racetrack.
Okay.
And it was opening day, and the whole Entourage crew was there.
Is this during Entourage days, or this is like recently?
This is like 2 years ago.
Oh, okay. So they're still hanging out.
And it felt
still
like
throwing down.
That was a full circle moment.
I was in an episode of Entourage.
Oh, were you really?
That's one of my uncredited acting roles that I did because I was an extra.
Nice.
Because I worked at Geisha House.
Geisha House, yep.
Who our old employer also owned that. And they filmed an episode at Geisha House. And they wanted the real waitresses. Right. They wanted it to be lifelike. And I don't think I got a credit, so you won't find that on my IMDb page. But
it exists.
Your girl was there.
Yeah, man.
In all my glory. Add it to the list.
I loved that show.
There's so many jobs that I've done out here that are just wild. Not just entertainment, but just like, what is your very worst job that you've ever had out here?
My worst job? I mean, how do you want to define worst? Like,
do you want me to go while you think about it?
Yeah, I mean, give me an example.
Okay, so I used to have a job where I was a brand ambassador, and that meant it could be for different brands of things, but a lot of times it was like beer or liquor. So you would be like a Coors Light girl, and you'd have to like go to a bar and like a Coors Light baby tea and like pass out like blinking keychains to drunk idiots. But like it paid really well.
I bet.
You know, $200 a night.
Probably got nice tips, probably.
You got,
imagine.
Yeah. First I thought you said nice. You probably got nice tits. I did.
T-I-P-S.
But listen, nice tits. I mean, that's why I got the job. Let's be honest. So it was a brand ambassador, and you never knew where they were sending you. You know, be like, tonight you're doing Patron tequila, and you're going to West Covina to where. Always horrible. But I would have to say the worst was whenever I had to work for this casino, just for the casino itself.
Yeah.
So I had to go to Commerce, California, which is where all the casinos are here. Ugh. And they wanted me to wear a bikini. And y'all, I was not like fit. Like I'm more fit now than I was at 20 years old because I was coming out here corn-fed from Mississippi. All right.
Yeah, but you were active and stuff, right? Like
listen, chicken tenders were a food group back then. That's all I knew.
Yeah.
And so I was like, I mean, okay, I'll wear a bikini. That's how you get the nice tits.
I mean,
it was that.
Okay.
So up here, great, but like the middle, not so much. So I had to wear this bikini and walk around an indoor casino, not out in the sunshine, just indoors. Okay. And I don't know if you know this, but a lot of the Asian population, they like to go to casinos.
I've noticed that.
This is not racist. It's just a detail.
Just go to a casino.
Yeah, you'll see them. And so I'm basically just walking around all these Asians smoking inside. I'm fun. In my bikini, and they wanted me to hand people a raffle ticket that they could enter into a raffle.
Just one by one.
And then and go up and explain, hey, we're having this raffle and we're going to spin the wheel at 9:00. And then
PM.
Yeah. And I had to go before the casino and be the girl that spins the wheel. And again, I had no business even wearing the bikini that I had on. I was so embarrassed. It was so strange.
That's a fucked up job.
It was a very fucked up job. All for like, $200 or something.
Yeah, but you got to pay Helen the rent.
Yeah, I gotta give Helen her cut.
Got to.
And so I went up there, I spun the wheel. It was very anticlimactic. Somebody won. And it was supposed to be a 2-day gig, Bryan. Okay. And I went, and I was telling my best friend Angie, I was at her house the next day, like literally just crying that I was like, I don't want to go to this stupid casino and walk around in my bikini. Everybody's smoking. It's so embarrassing. It's filled with smoke. I'm coughing. I have to spin the wheel. She was like, just Carlisle, don't go. Like, just call it. Like, just tell them. Like, okay, but I couldn't even. I was too. Now I would just call out sick or something, right?
Yeah.
Like, you just say you got the Rona, boom, done. Nobody asked any questions. But back then, I didn't have the balls to do that, so I just like didn't show up, and I was like, I'm just gonna pretend like I thought it was just the one night. Oh, wow. And I remember my boss called me, and it was this woman. And she was so, I don't even remember her name. Like I've had too many, my brain cannot hold all my boss's names in my head over the years. It just doesn't matter. And so she called me, and all I remember her saying is, you know damn well it was a 2-night gig. You know damn well. And I had her on speakerphone, and Angie and I were like laughing. And that's like always our joke through the years. You know damn well. I knew damn well I was not going to walk around in that corn-fed fat roll situation for another second.
I mean, yeah, that sounds fucking awful.
Yeah, you haven't had one of those in your past?
I haven't.
No Speedo wearing? Or?
No Speedos for me. No Speedos. But, you know, that doesn't like...
This is the difference between men and women.
It is. That's a messed up job.
It's a very messed up job.
Kudos to you, though. Like, you got to make the money. You're making the damn money.
This is paying the dues. This is how you get to where you're the host of the Here for Hang podcast, you know?
For me, it was a bar back job that I had.
Okay.
So it was like, you know, taking out dirty dishes, super physical.
Yeah.
You know, it's kind of like you had a perfect job for objectifying women. And I had the perfect skill set for being able to like move shit around.
Yeah.
You know?
I believe it. I see it. You're stout.
Just by being a dude, you know? And like
Bryan the Dude on Instagram.
Bryan the Dude at Instagram.
Follow right now.
At Bryan the Dude. And I don't know. It was just humbling. You know? Like it was humbling more than anything. And I had a boss, I do remember his name. He probably won't ever watch this. I'm still not gonna say it. Hi, Joe. That he would come in the next morning. So I'd have to like close the bar down. It was fun. It was really fun. I worked with a couple guys every night, weekends, and they were awesome. And we always had a good time. And, you know, we'd close the bar down. We'd be done by like 3 a.m. And it'd be my job to clean everything, make sure everything's wiped down, make sure it was all pristine.
Yeah.
I have tremendous OCD with cleaning.
Okay.
Always have, always will probably.
Yeah.
Like mom's kept a really tight-knit house growing up.
Yeah.
So I've adopted that.
Right.
You know? So I like to think of myself as a good cleaner. But without fail, the following morning, my boss, bless him, would go in and would say that it was like either sticky or something wasn't done.
Oh.
And it was like the most nitpicky thing. And I get it. Like, you know, you gotta like really make sure someone understands to make them better.
Yeah.
Right? Like I'm a young kid. I understand. But it was just always like blasted over an email with 3 other people.
Ugh,
and I'm just
emails.
like,
you're just a bar back. It's like, relax.
I'm like, can you just text me, buddy?
You're getting emails as a bar back. It's not that serious.
Like I'm about to go lift 4 kegs for you in a cold freezer that no one's ever going to care about. Like, you know, I'll throw things around. I enjoy doing it. I'm getting parking tickets outside for you daily.
Oh,
because there was no park. Like, you don't have health insurance for me, man.
No.
But you're blowing me up in an email.
But yeah, you're doing a white glove test on the bar. Like, get over it.
Yeah. I always thought it was clean too, you know? But what are you going to do?
You know,
you can't really do much.
This is what we do. These are the dues that we pay.
If that's a bad job, that's fine with me.
Yeah.
Like, it's like okay. I'm cool with that.
It's all up from here.
It's all up.
Now that you're the co-host of the Here for the Hang podcast, there's nowhere to go but up, baby.
All we're going to do is go up.
Y'all, we're so happy that you're here. This is episode 1 of season 2. We invite you all to like and subscribe. Tune in for new weekly episodes dropping. Some exciting guests. Very exciting guests.
Thank you for being here.
Thank you for being here for the hang.
Happy to be a part of it.